Morena, welcome along. This is Yoga from the Lounge and it's Wednesday the 30th of June. So, this is Yoga from the Lounge and I'm Audrey, and today we're going to have a focus continuing about our spine and feeling contraction and ease. Now we're going to be working on the mat at some stage later on if you'd like to grab yourself a blanket for your knees. And we'll get started standing up on the mat. Come on then. Come on, let's say hello to people. Monty, the yoga cat. Alright, we're starting with our feet slightly wider than hip width apart, beginning with a twist and tap. So depending on what time of the day it is for you, just take this easy. Imagine that there is a long string pulling you up to the ceiling and you're able just to twist around, keeping your head with the crown of your head towards the ceiling, your chin tucked in slightly, beginning to move through the spine, allowing all the fluid to bathe the muscles and the joints. As you feel able, you might like to start tapping on your body a little bit more, a little bit of percussive work. And come on back through to centre. Great. Now bring your feet a little more underneath your hips. And we're going to take an opportunity to simply roll down slowly towards the floor. So take your chin in first, let your head drop, looking down towards the floor. Now gently begin to roll on down, allowing yourself the possibility of working towards the floor. Take a small bend in your knees so you feel like you've got a little bit of flexibility around your legs. Now let's take the same process to come back up again. Use your hands on your legs. Press through your legs as you bring your torso up, pressing through your legs. Pressing through your legs. Last part of your body to come up is your head. Nice work. Let's go again. Tuck your chin. Gently begin to roll down shoulders. Feel the compression on the front of your body, lengthening through the spine. Take it to wherever it feels good for you. Coming with a hinge at the hips, strong legs, micro bend. If it feels okay, you can hold on to your elbows. Let your elbows circle gently one way and then the other. Try to keep your chin tucked, so I'll try and give you good comments and instructions so you don't need to look up. Release your hands now to your legs. Bend your knees generously. Press your body up slowly, taking an in-breath. Press down through your feet. Last part of your body to come up is that last part of your spine that brings your head up. Great work. Let's come into Tadasana now, a standing pose. Continue with the chin tuck, so you've got a small stretch through the back of your neck. Allow your feet to be solid and stable. Check in that you're standing on all four corners. Take a little bit of roll around on your feet. Bring a bend into your knees so you can straighten to give yourself the energy into your legs. Hips tucked under, belly button in, side of the body long, head of the arm bones plugged in. Hands gently by your side, chin and ears float back. Take some full deep breaths, maybe sighing out. Come back to breathing through your in and out through your nose. And in your mind's eye, follow up as you're breathing, imagining the breath coming from the base of your spine, your tailbone, up along your spine, through your torso, up to the top of your head, top of your neck, where your spine finishes. Breathe out, flow down, imagining with your mind's eye the breath gently caressing up and down your spine. It's not necessarily an easy practice. You may find some spots where you're not able to visualize. Let's try one more breath. This time, breathing in, float your arms up. Keep your shoulders plugged in, float your arms down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Twice more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And once more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands above your head. Hold on to your right wrist with your left hand. Stretch that arm up. Side bend to the left. Come on back up to center. Take a breath in. Side bend to the right. Breathe back into center. And float your hands down. Let's breathe in and take it into a forward fold. Breathe in. Hinging from the hips. Now keep your gaze down this time with your chin tucked slightly. Continue looking down as you lift up halfway. Crown of the head stretches towards the camera. Breathe out. Fold down. Bend your knees generously. Stretch your hands up above your head as you press down through your feet to stand all the way up. This time, hands together in prayer, pressing through your fingers and your palms. Breathe out. Breathe in. Float forward. If your hands in front of you is too much, remember to take them to your hips. Hands land on your shins. Breathe in, halfway lift, tuck your chin, continue looking down. Breathe out, fold down, bend your knees, float yourself back up to upright, pressing down through your feet, breathing in, breathe out. Let's go again, breathe in, float forward, tuck your chin, breathe in, look down, stretch your crown forward, breathe out, fold, bend your knees, breathe in, stand all the way up. Hands together in prayer. Leaving your hands in prayer, take a breath in, twist around to the left, maybe that's the right. Breathe back into the center, go the other way. Breathe back in. Let's go first side again. Breathe in to the centre. Breathe out, twist the other way. Breathe back into centre. Last time. Feeling how parts of your spine are contracting. Back to centre. Other parts are releasing to allow the turn. Come back to centre. Release your hands. Breathe in, reach up. Bring your hands together in prayer. Breathe out. This time forward fold, so breathe in, reach up. Hinge at your hips, float forward, bring your chin down a little, tucking it, lengthening through the back of your neck. Breathe in, halfway lift, crown reaches towards me. Breathe out and stay down. Bring both hands round to the right shin, looking around to the right. Bring the right hand onto the hip or reach it into the ear. Release down, place that hand back on the hip, come back through to centre, take a couple of breaths. Both hands on the left shin, twist around to the left, hand to the hip, and hand to the ear if you wish. Again, feel parts of your spine that are contracting, giving yourself the twist around. Other side is releasing to allow that to happen. Release on down. Bend your knees generously, and as you breathe in, stand all the way up. Hands together in prayer. Come on down through centre. Nice work. Release there. Bring all your weight onto your right foot. Bring and bend into the right knee. And we're going to come into figure 4 for a balance. You may like to stand closer to the wall or to a chair. Remembering to bring the bend into that knee as if you're in the chair position. I suppose it's one-legged chair. Make sure your top foot's really active. And hold on to your foot if that feels comfortable. Active feet. Hands in prayer if that feels okay. Nice. And standing up when you're ready. Nice work. Bring all your weight to your left leg. Bring a bend to the knee and bring your right leg up. Sitting down as if you're in that chair position. Working on stability this time with your spine. So you're bringing the energy of the muscles into your spine, bending through the leg, standing leg. Focus. A couple of meters away maybe. Press up through that leg and standing into Tadasana. Nice work. Let's get on down to the floor. We'll take a small vinyasa, a small forward fold move to get us down. So come to the front edge of your mat, the short edge. Bring your hands up into the air, breathe in, breathe out, float forward, folding at the hips, hands to shins, halfway lift. Remember today we're working on tucking the chin, crown reaches away from you, fold back down, bend your knees, hands to the floor and come on down through to table. Now you can use your blanket to bring yourself a little bit more comfort under your knees, and make sure you do that if it feels a little bit stressful on your mat. Check in that your shoulders are over your wrists, hips over knees, fingers spread wide. And as usual, let's take some freestyle movements with
your spine. Test it out, feel what feels good, where the stretching needs to happen. Maybe looking around behind you. Excuse me. Maybe shoulder, maybe a belly roll, maybe a belly roll the other way. And when you're ready, come into neutral spine. Bring your belly through into cow when you take a breath in, pressing your chest through between your arms. Noticing along your spine how it moves as we breathe in, tucking your tailbone, head down towards your knees, back ribs puff up. Breathe in again. Allow the full expression of your spine in this position. And then breathe out. Puffing up the back ribs, tucking the tailbone, looking towards the knees in this position. Couple more rounds, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Place your feet down on the floor. As you breathe out a little, press back towards your heels. Take child's pose. If it feels more comfortable, you can take your knees out wide. Gently begin to work your head towards the ground and your butt towards your heels. In this rounded position, imagine with your mind's eye the breath lightly moving from the tailbone as you breathe in, up to the top of the spine and back down again as you breathe out. Bring yourself up. Come back through to table, and we'll bring a vinyasa or a flow movement for using cat and cow. So let's begin. Breathe in, come through to cow. Breathe out, puff up your back ribs, press back towards child's pose. Breathe in. Slide your hands forward, come through into half plank, bring yourself down to the floor, turn your feet over, roll up, look up for cobra, head comes down, toes tuck under, press on back to half plank and bring your hands back through for table. Come on through for cow. Cat, press back for child's. Come low out of child's pose, bringing your hands forward. Come forward into half plank, down to the floor. Chest and chin, turn your feet down, roll your shoulders back, looking forward, cobra. Breathe out, come down to the mat. Tuck your toes under, press up to half plank, press back to table. Come on through again, cow and cat. Press back to child's. Reach forward to half plank, down to the floor. Turn your feet down, shoulders on the hands under your shoulders, roll your shoulders back, look forward, cobra. Come on down to the floor. Tuck your toes, press back up to half plank and reset the table. Now if that feels strong enough for you today, continue with coming to table, but if you'd like to move up, we're going to go into a downward facing dog. Let's rearrange myself here. So let's start again in table. Come on through to cow, breathe in, breathe out, cat, press back, downward facing dog. Look forward to your hands, bring your shoulders over your hands, bring your knees down, come on down to the floor, turn your feet over, roll your shoulders back, cobra, come down to the floor, tuck your toes under, come up to half plank and go into table or down into up into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank, knees down, half plank, come on down to the floor, feet down, shoulders back, roll up into cobra, come on down to the floor, tuck your toes, half plank, and then everyone take child's pose. Big toes together, knees out wide, press yourself back, and head resting heavily on the floor or on your hands. In this position again, imagine the breath using your mind's eye, tracing up on the in-breath from the tailbone to the top of the spine, and releasing it down. Bring your head up, come on back up to table. Just need to move myself a little away from my wall. One of my favourites, we'll get into Vasisthasana. Alright, so we're going to check in with ourselves. I'll just come closer to you again. Check in with ourselves, checking in that the back leg and arm is in alignment, because we're going to swivel that back toe off the mat, stretch the other leg long, and as it rolls to the inside edge of the foot, you're going to come on up to a Vasisthasana or side plank variation. Feels good, you can lift that hand into the air. And if it feels ever so good, you can turn your head looking towards that top hand. Bring your head back down, your hand down, look to the floor. Release on down to the floor, come on back to table, take a round of cow and cat. And staying where we are, so you end up facing away from the screen, kick that leg closest to me off the mat, stretch the other leg long, turning to the inside of the foot, checking that long foot is active and awake, toes spread, stretching through from the inside edge of that foot right through, up through the crown of your head. Release the hand if it feels good, turning to look at that hand. Bring the hand back down to your hip, look to the floor, gently unwind, take yourself through cow and cat. Press back to child's pose. Briefly down, you can leave your hands out long. Come on forward, up to table, and swing your legs around, grabbing your seated blanket, your blanket for sitting on, and come into a seated position. Great. Cross your legs. That feels comfortable, otherwise put your legs wherever you feel the most comfort. It's called an easy seat.
in the yoga tradition. All right. Now, I'm looking up at you, but I'm going to bring my chin down, stretching gently through the back of my neck, checking that my shoulders are plugged in and the shoulder blades are working down my back. So you're beginning to get a small stretch in the back of your neck. And once more, in your mind's eye, imagine your breath tracing up on the in-breath and out, down on the out-breath. Being upright. It's quite an effort on your body, although we do it all day. Release the tension in your neck. Place your hands behind you, your right hand behind you. Lift up the left hand in the air. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist around. Lift the back hand up as you breathe in. Breathe out, hand down. Breathe in, arms up into a V. And twist your hands around to eagle, taking your own breath pattern. Release your hands, come back to hands on your legs. Check in again, bring your chin down. Take a couple of rounds of breath, imagining tracing through your spine. Feel the attachments, especially around your rib cage when you're breathing. Bring your head back through to centre. Place your left hand behind. Breathe in, stretch up your right hand. Breathe out, twisting around to the left. Breathe in, left hand up. Come on back through to centre. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring your own breathing pattern into play. Release your hands, swap over. No, we won't swap over actually. Take the front leg and stretch it out. So you might be going a different way from me, doesn't matter. All right. Bring your torso around so that you're looking down that leg and gently walk your body down, bringing a bit of a fold this time. Usually we work our chest down first, but we're able to round our back, puffing up those back ribs, a little like the cow move when we do cat and cow. Couple of breaths here. And release, walking your torso back upright. Feel the sensation of sitting upright before you move. Bring both legs out wide. Tuck the first leg back in again. Twist your torso slightly and come on down. Today feeling the puffing of the back ribs as you roll down. Bring your chin down. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Gently bring yourself back up on an in-breath. Feel the sensation of sitting up tall. And let's finish with a seated position, maybe moving yourself to the very edge of your mat, of your blanket, so you've got a bit of a tilt in your pelvis, allowing your spine to sit directly up and down. Bring the chin back in again, just check on the time. Beautiful. Bring your hands together in prayer. Rest here for a few moments. And when you're ready, finish the practice by bringing your hands underneath your knees, stretching out your legs, giving them a bit of a shake. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you again next time.